Roboteers, stand by.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to another episode of Roboteers Stand By, a robot combat podcast all about robot combat, with me, your good self, Rob Taylor Hastings, and as always, in this end of times days, sat millions of miles away, is
Richard Perry.
All right, Perry, how you doing, me old macker?
All right, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. What day is it?
I think it's day 1 million of lockdown. It's all the same, but all different. You can go out, but you can't go out. And you can ride on Nemesis Inferno with your nan, but you can't hug her. I know that for a fact.
Hey.
Yeah, you can go to Thorpe Park now, but you can't go and visit your nan.
Well, you can't hug him, but you can take it to Thorpe Park.
Correct.
Or you meet her at Thorpe Park. Yeah.
As long as your nan can get to Thorpe Park, you can see it, which is great. You know, that's good news for everyone, I think. We've missed a few weeks, haven't we, Perry? We've missed quite a few weeks.
I don't know. I mean, was it not last week we did an episode?
We could just maybe. Time has no meaning at all.
Time's lost all meaning.
Still lost all meaning. So yeah, sorry, we haven't missed a single week. Aren't we good? Yes. What happened in the last week with you, Perry? What news have you got?
It's more blacksmithing.
Did some more what now?
Blacksmithing.
When you say blacksmithing, do you mean you added to your cardboard blacksmith?
No, as in like I got some metal, heated it up and hit it with a hammer.
Oh. Did you make anything interesting?
I've realised I've got some of it here. Made some J-hooks.
Oh, your camera's quite awful at the moment. So, I mean, I can't see. Yep, I believe that's a J.
It's going to be perfect for the people on who are just listening to this.
Oh, yeah. If you're listening, you're fine. But if you're watching, Perry's just... I think you've got maybe 3 pixels on your screen right now. That's about all I'm seeing.
Fantastic.
Well, strong work. But as you can see, my background's different again. I'm back in London now that work kind of restarted and lockdown kind of eased, so I came back to London just in time for protests and then subsequent riots and good times, really good times. Good place to be, Westminster, right now. Really strong.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're having fun.
Oh, it's the best time. I mean, I'm going to come out and I'm going to say that Roboteers Stand By supports Black Lives Matter. I don't care what you think, Perry. I'm going to say it.
Of course.
I mean, you're breaking up there, Perry. It sounded like you disagree.
You're a terrible human being.
Okay, right, I understand. Okay.
Really, like, the default, everyone should be supporting this movement.
You'd think, Perry, but last weekend, as in 2 days ago, next door, because I live in Westminster, I had the biggest group of people that disagree with that. You know what, Perry? Let's put it this way: I hadn't seen so much gammon since the last time I was in a Toby Carvery.
That's a lot of gammon.
It's a lot of gammon, mate.
Lots of gammon.
Angry, salty gammon. The world's burning, but we're here to talk about robots. There's some interesting robot news I've got. Have you got any?
No.
Not at all. It's been 2 months and not a single...
It's been 1 week and not a single thing robot-related that I can think of.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going straight into news. News. Interesting. The Robot League that we don't talk about, Extreme Robots, has come out with something quite interesting.
Go on.
So they put out a Facebook video, and basically what it looks like is you can get involved in robot combat, control a remote control smashing machine via the internet. It's like what would that word be? Like kind of online, real world game. Don't know how to describe it.
Okay, rogue play.
Yeah, robot play. So that's a thing. That looks pretty cool. Hang on, they had a website. I will promote it because it looks very cool. Their website is, hang on, was it Real Stuff? Real Stuff Online? I'm now playing this. Hang on, it scrolls. The video scrolls, and it's in www.realthingsplayed.online. And yeah, you can be a Roboteer from your comfort of your own bedroom or living room. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Pretty cool.
Will we see you on there, Perry?
Maybe. So what do you control on it?
Say again?
What can you actually fight with on it? What can you control?
Well, from what I can see on the video, it looks like two, maybe two or more people could play at a time. Obviously, it's like their own robots and stuff, but it looks like there's some hammer bots here. They've got an arena. Looks like a kind of a Beetleweight size arena. Although they're like heavyweight robots, maybe it's like a touring arena. And there's some fire. There's some fire involved. We all like fire. So check it out, guys. Check it out. Perry will be there, I think. From as soon as we hang up this call, Perry will be there for about 3 weeks. Am I right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, it'll be okay. Go.
So, Perry, again, your internet is awful. What is happening?
Why are we promoting this rather than just playing it ourselves?
That's a good point. Yeah, I've got nothing for you. Yeah, we should just sack this off. Your internet's terrible anyway, so I could beat you, I think. I think so. Also, about online video game robot combat stuff, Robot Champions, the much championed video game on this podcast, it's still trundling on. They've got a good Patreon on the go now. And if you follow them on Twitter, you'll see there is a lot of really cool updates. We're talking new arenas, talking new robots, I think new skins, new mods, new weapons, new mechanics. Like every week they bring out new stuff. So don't think it's dead just yet. It's looking really funky. Yeah. All right. Anything in personal news you want to share before we move on, Terry?
What?
This is riveting stuff.
Yeah. It's almost nothing has happened.
Almost. Am I as pixelated to you as you are to me? How pixely am I?
Oh, fine, you're perfect.
And what's going
I
on?
can see it. No problem.
What is going on with your pixely face? I like seeing your face. Good.
This is going well.
Really well.
Oh,
right.
You're frozen.
I wasn't frozen. That was me just looking stern. Right. Now, what? This episode... Oh, that was the news, by the way. This episode, we are doing something a little bit different because for my birthday, I got all the bits and bobs to build a robot. Now, that was officially 2 months ago, and all of those robot bits have sat in a box. So what I thought would be fun is if all of you out there, especially Perry, could help me build my Ant-Weight robot. Are you up for it, team? You are? What about you, Perry? Perry.
You have to?
Yes, you have to, yes. Otherwise, we've got nothing.
That's fair.
Good.
Right. First things first, you look at the build guides for the Ant-Weights on the Bristol Bot Builders website.
No, that's boring. We're going to do it together. Right, let me show you what we've got, right, and what I've got here. So first of all, cutting board that you got me, if you recall, Perry.
Nice. Useful.
Useful. Hang on. Oh, yes. So a lovely soldering iron kit from Laser, which I won on an online thing. So soldering iron, that's good. This, which I've also not opened, Perry. It's all fresh. I've not opened a damn thing. I've got a small coping saw for cutting things. Oh, very nice. This I have opened because I've used it in house DIY. Go on.
You're going to get so fed up with storing things with the coping saw.
What's wrong with the coping saw? What's going to get me fed up?
Nothing. It'll work brilliantly. Could just take a while, especially if you're cutting anything chunkier than plastic.
What do you mean, like this?
I bet.
All right. Well, I've also got this. This is my lovely drill. So that's for drilling. Yeah, that's good.
What size drill bits you got?
Say again.
What size drill bits do you got?
What size drill bits have I got? Hang on. Well, they go from like fairly small to slightly bigger.
Fantastic.
Good. Then what else has Bobby got? Oh yeah, you'll like this. Sorry. Here we go. Hang on. Put that down. I've got my big old toolbox. There we go. Big old toolbox. There it is. And it's got lots of.
I do like that toolbox.
Lovely toolbox. It's got this hammer. You got me that as well, if you recall. And it's got all these leather working tools in it as well that you got me, but I don't think that's going to be that useful. Shall I make a leather robot?
That'd be a choice.
That'd be good, man. Now, when it comes to the robot bits, right? I've got. No, hang on. I've got these cables with a switch in it.
JST connectors.
What?
JST connectors.
JST connectors.
Yeah.
All right. Yep, got those. Hang on. Oh yes, these two. These are motors with built-in speed controllers.
Got some of that.
Got some of them as well. I'll show you mine. You show me yours.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. All right.
Hey.
What you got? What you got? Show me.
I'm showing you.
I'm just going to believe you. It's a blur, Perry. It's,
Fantastic.
yeah, this is. I don't know. Your screen was fine until I pressed record. What's going on?
Oh,
I've then got these little mounts for the motors. Little mounts. It's probably useful. Zoom. A sticker. Everyone likes a sticker.
if I didn't get a sticker.
Do you not get a sticker?
Ah.
Got a sticker, mate. Lithium battery with a charger. Wheels.
What size is your lithium battery?
Very personal question to ask a man.
I assume hypo, lithium polymer. And what voltage is it?
Will it say on it?
Yes.
Oh shit! I mean, bugger. I mean,
For example, this one, I don't know if you can see, it is a 2-cell LiPo, 7.4 volts, 180 milliamp hours.
and that's what I've got.
Fantastic. Yes.
Good. We have the same battery. That's something. Oh yes, then wheels. Yes, I've got 2 wheels, and then this receiver with my controller. Ah,
Nice.
that's pretty good. And I know it's a good controller because it makes beeps. See, that's good. Oh wait, place all switches up. What? 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 Oh my
You
God.
haven't before, other than
No. Place all switches in the up position and lower the throttle. What? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. That's fine. So that's all good. So can I make a row? Oh yeah, and bits of plastic.
Is that all the plastic stuff you've got?
Well, yeah, but I think I'm going to make my armor out of tin cans because I've got cats. I've got a lot of tin cans knocking around.
All right.
So I know you've got titanium armor, but I'm going to go for Whiskers armor.
It'd be interesting to see how they compare.
I'm going to presume not that well, but I'm going to go for a wedge as well, Perry. Like a cheeky wedge. And just so we all know, so we're all on the same page, that wedge will be called Wedgeley Snipes. So we're building Wedgeley Snipes.
You started with the name and worked from there, didn't you?
You are correct. You are very correct. So now what?
Build a robot.
Yeah. So what do I do?
First of all,
Yeah.
if I'd design it.
What do you mean design it? But what about like the mechanics? Like we can wire it, right? And do I need to charge my battery?
Probably. You should have a bit of charge in it anyway.
Right, I'm going to charge my battery. Hang on. See, if this starts like a small lipo fire, then that's just going to be the end of this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, you charge lipos on something that isn't going to burn. Just in case. You can get a lipo bag for them.
Okay. I presume that these two white bits connect, right?
Yes.
Hang on. Like that. Oh. Hang on, it's a USB, so I'll just plug it into my laptop.
But I'd keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Okay. Right, it's just directly in front.
Important thing to remember with lipo batteries, they are quite unstable. So if they swell up at all, don't use them, get rid of them.
Okay. All right. I mean, mine's got a bit of a sweat. Okay, fine. Let's keep an eye on it.
Yeah. And if it gets any holes and stuff in it, then it's safest to just get rid of it and get a new one.
See, a nice bit of health and safety advice there from Mr. Richard Terry here on Roboteers Standby. I like that. So battery's charging. Now, I presume that the switch and the cables need to be put together.
Yes. So...
What are we doing?
I'm just because you have got the motors with the built-in ESCs, right?
You are correct.
So they will plug straight into your receiver.
Okay.
And you will be able to plug your power straight into your receiver as well.
Right, hang on, right. So that sounds like the receiver needs to be where we're starting here. So I'm going to get my old receiver out. It's got a bloody long antenna on it, mate. Oh, okay. Oh, is that my plug? So I can unplug it and it's all fine.
No, I think that's for either binding or for I think altering the programming on the receiver.
Right. Okay.
I've actually got one of those as well. But boom. See?
I mean, I can see a blurry blob, but I'm going to presume that it's the same as this.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, I mean, that's good that you've got one of those.
A6, except mine's by turning in.
So I'm seeing channels 1 to 6, and then at the very top it says B/VCC. What the hell does that mean?
Battery slash VCC. I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't use this type of controller, this type of receiver. I use a slightly different one, an FS2A.
Right.
4chan.
4chan? You're on 4chan?
No. 4-channel receiver. These are a lot smaller and lighter. You can see the difference. I'm holding them up.
Screen right now, bro.
Well, trust me, it's a fraction of the size and weight. And when building an ant weight, you kind of want to save weight.
I disagree. All right.
You know the limits.
150 grams?
150 grams, and it has to fit within a 100 mm cube.
Is that it's 4-inch cube, isn't it? Is that right? 4-inch?
4-inch cube, 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters by 100 millimeters.
Right. Okay, hang on. So I've got me motor. I've got a white end and a black end. Which goes in there?
The white end, the only end that will fit.
Aha! I detected the sarcasm in that response. I don't appreciate it.
Well, brace yourself, because there's a lot more.
All right. Okay. I'm pushing that in. Oh God. Okay. All right. Okay. It's in. Nothing exploded. It's in. Right. Now, how do I know which channel I'd plug it into on here?
I mean, I'd go with channel 1.
Channel 1.
Yep.
Do you mean that, or are you just saying it?
To be honest, I'm just saying it. You may as well give it a go. Like, you don't know what it's going to do.
I really don't. Channel 1. In it. Oh God. In it. Goes. It's officially, it's plugged in, guys. I made a thing. Look, I've made a thing, Perry.
Before you plug it in.
What do you mean before I plug it in?
Before you plug it in.
Don't do that to me. I don't want that. None of that. Don't do that.
There's 3 pins.
Yeah.
On your thing. You see at the very bottom where the channels are listed, and then just below channel 1, there's an S, a plus, and a minus.
Yes.
That tells you the order in which each of these pins is.
Right.
So your first pin,
yep,
on the left-hand side, your first pin is the signal.
Yep.
Your middle pin is the positive terminal.
Yep.
And your right-hand pin is the negative terminal.
Right. What colour's negative?
Black.
Oh, no, I've done it wrong.
And positive is red, usually.
Okay, I did it wrong, so I've gone back. So is green the speed then? Signal even?
Yes, I would say so. I should probably, like, get one of these out to have a look.
Nah, mate, where's the fun? Hey.
The same. Yes, yeah, green is going to be your signal. Red is going to be positive, and black is going to be neutral.
All right, we're getting there, mate. We've plugged the thing in. So I'm going to presume, for my other motor, I want it to go into channel 2.
Yeah. Try it out.
Oh,
see
my
what
God.
happens.
We're cooking on gas now, aren't we, Tim? This is good. I like this. Big fan of this. Right. Other motor with the built-in speed controller, or the ESC, electronic speed controller. Is that what that stands for?
Yes.
All right. So let's think. The things we've learnt, kids. The white one goes into the motor because it's the only one that fits, according to Perry and his sarcasm. You plug that into there.
And the fact that it is the only one that fits.
We're not about facts on here, Perry. And then, all right, we've got that one, and we've already got this malarkey. We're going to then plug the green is the signal. Oh God, they're very snug, aren't they? They're very close together.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because I want to break it. All right, baby. We're in. We've got two motors attached to a thing.
All right. You want to plug a battery in?
No. Well, the battery looks like it's charged. It's not flashing anymore.
Sure.
So I'm right. So I presume. Where do you plug this in then? Where do you plug the battery in?
You see at the top where it says B/VCC.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What? What are you doing?
For that, does it tell you your voltage limitations on it? This one says 4 to 6.5 volts DC.
Oh yeah, mine does as well.
And your battery is 7.4 volts.
That's not good, is it?
Probably not.
How explodey will that go?
It won't explode. You might let the magic smoke out.
What does that mean?
You don't know about the magic smoke?
No.
The magic smoke is what powers all electronics.
The magic
That's
smoke.
it work. The magic smoke. And if you let any of the magic smoke out, then it doesn't work anymore.
Oh God. Okay, so what you're saying is there's a chance that if I plug this in, and I know there's going to be people listening right now that know way more than we do to get screaming, "Don't plug it in." I can already feel. This is what it feels like to be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when you're going final answer, and there's people in the audience going, "You're an idiot. Don't do this." But I'm gonna do it.
I have got something somewhere that
What?
bloody hell have I done with it?
Well, there's a big one that says read manual before use, but it didn't come with a manual. So
Outstanding.
hang on, well I could read it. Could read the manual of this. Oh, it's all in bloody Chinese, Perry. Oh no, here we go.
Right.
Binding. Wait, no. Out on. Connect the supplied bind cable to the BBC on the receiver. Insert power into any other port. Any other port. Hold the bind key whilst powering on the transmitter to enter bind mode. What? What's the bind key?
Don't worry about binding it for now.
Okay, well, I'm about to start a small bomb, is what I'm about to do. So I want it to be able to. Right. So what are the right? So what's the expectation here? Either it goes well and these motors just start spinning, or it goes wrong and smoke goes everywhere.
Basically, what you need, I had to look because I couldn't remember what BEC stood for.
Right.
You need a BEC, a battery eliminator circuit. Hello?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. What's going on? So where do I plug it in then?
Oh, I lost you.
Oh, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Perry?
Yeah, yes, I can. For some reason, I was trying to share the screen. I'm not sure why.
That's great.
You need something like this, a BEC, battery eliminator circuit. What it does is it takes that voltage that you might be using to power your motors directly,
Yeah.
and it brings it down to a safe level to use in electronics, so around 6 volts. So it basically lets you power your receiver.
So I need another thing, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
it didn't go well, then did it?
welcome to plug in and try it.
But where do I plug it in, Perry?
You remember when we had S and then plus and minus?
Yeah. So black is minus.
So at the top of all of those pins, there's one that's labeled B/VCC.
Correct.
So you want to set that one, and you want to plug it into the 2 on the right.
So I'm using this red one. I'm using this one that's a 2-pinner.
That JST connector.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, hang on.
And you want to plug it in so that the red one is in the middle and the black one is on the right.
Yeah.
If you want to give it a go. If you don't and want to wait until you get a BEC.
Yeah. Just
If you get yourself a BEC, you may as well order yourself one of these little teeny tiny.
You've totally frozen, Perry. I can't see your screen.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go for it. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Should be fine.
Okay. My God, there's a red flashing light. What does that mean? What does the red flashing light mean, Perry?
Probably mean bind.
Yeah, probably. So do you need to bind it then?
Yeah, you need to bind it to your controller.
You just said I didn't need to worry about binding.
Well, yeah, after you put it in.
Why is it so difficult, Perry?
Probably not.
So right, hang on, right. So I need to plug this binding thing into this here. Top one. Yes? I'm going to take the motors out.
Well, you can leave them in.
Oh, okay, leave them in. So is there any particular way that goes, eh?
No, I imagine it's just swapping. It's just a closed loop. I'd imagine.
Okay, now it's saying, hang on, in the instruction book with the binding that this, hang on, okay, I'm not allowed to use this product when I'm tired, uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable. Under the influence of alcohol or drugs. I mean, still.
You wish.
I know. It would have been great. So, binding. The transmitter and receiver have been pre-bound before delivery. If you're using another transmitter or receiver, follow the steps. Oh, okay.
Oh, sweet. So you don't have to bind it.
Stop that then. Stop the binding.
So turn on your receiver, your transmitter even.
So I'll just put the power back into the thing, right? Power back in.
Yep.
Battery plugs in like so. Turning on this. Okay. Now what?
Show us.
What?
Waggle the sticks.
Oh! Perry, it moves! Oh my god! Oh my god. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I've made a thing, look. They wiggle, Perry. Hang on. I'm going to put wheels on the end of them. Oh, man. Putting wheels on the end of these bad boys. So you can all see it wiggling better. Oh, this is what childbirth feels like, I'm sure.
I'm pretty certain it feels exactly like this.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like and an ahhing and you're worried whether it's safe or not. And then there's some smart ass in the room telling you what to do, like he knows better.
You've got to check clarity before you shove it in.
Yeah. I'm just going for it, mate. I'm shoving it right in. All right, hang on. All right, so here are my wheels. Here are my wheels. Woo!
You're so pleased with your.
I mean, like, hang on. So if I press up, one wheel goes, and then if I press right, the other wheel goes. So how do I make that better? Because if I press up on both.
Basically, you've just got to try it on. You've got to try it on different channels. Basically, that's the way I did it. I sort of fiddled around a bit until I found a setup that would work.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. I made a thing move. I mean, if I'm being completely frank with you, I didn't think I'd get that far in this episode. I was convinced things would not move.
I am using a sort of slightly different SC.
Are you trying to show? I can't. I don't know why you're so pixelated, Perry. Sort your life out. Right. Let's try and figure out how we put a switch in.
Okay.
What do we
So have you got some heat shrink?
No.
You get some of that. You have any electrical tape?
No.
Do you have any wire strippers?
Got a hammer. I mean, these what? Oh, hang on. Ha.
That's a pair of pliers, but I mean,
Got the strippers in it.
it'll just
But they've already got a bit of cable on the end of them. Look, you can kind of see the little cables there, a little bit come out.
yes, but those cables are like way long.
Okay.
Everything you need them to be.
Okay. Oh, hang on. You've gone less pixelated all of a sudden.
Can I show you my wire strippers?
You can. Oh my god! Look at those wire strippers. Oh my god!
You should definitely get some of these.
How much do they cost? How much do they cost?
Like £8.
All right, hang on. I need to start a shopping list. I need wire strippers. What else do I need? I've not got a paper. Right, hang on. I don't have pen and paper. I've got pen, no paper. So, listeners, if you listen to this shopping list, just message me the shopping list after you've listened to this episode. Perry, what do I need?
You could. Right. Personally, I'd get some kind of wire strippers.
Yes.
But then, I got these because I was stripping a lot of wires and they just make things so much easier. There's other sort of ones you can have. There's ones like this.
Oh my god.
But the first ones I showed you are literally the best.
So you don't think these will do the job?
It's doable. Like I remember I stripped off coax cable and done it at work, like put a new end on it and recrimped it with a pair of pliers. It's doable, but it's time consuming and tricky, and you'll probably, in the course of trying to strip the wire, go slightly too hard and cut the wire off, which is really, really annoying, especially if you've got a very short bit of wire left. So that's what I'd recommend, getting some wire strippers.
Well, why don't I just try the end and just see how that goes? We've got loads, Rob. Got loads. Let's give it a go. So I'm just going to do that. Just going to little tweak. There we go. Also, Perry, I resisted the urge when you said I did some stripping at work. I didn't say anything. So you know, that's oh no. Oh, I snipped the cable, Perry.
It's exactly what I said would happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I'd get some wire strippers.
Right. So wire strippers. What else do we need?
Some pretty cheap ones. Some sort of pens for marking.
I've got marker pens. That's fine. I've got marker pens.
I use these Lumo color ones that have got a really fine tip. You can also use a scribe, like this little tungsten one, but I mean that's more useful on metal potentially.
Right.
One thing that I'd say is really useful to get is some kind of measuring tools.
I've got measuring tools.
What you got? I mean, that's a photo right there. That's fantastic.
Just want to give it.
Well, if you're listening, please make a meme out of that.
Yeah. So I've got a tape measure. Is that not enough?
Tape measures are a bit of a ball ache, like a ruler or something. You could
give me a metal ruler, Perry. I've got one of those.
He'd get you a metal ruler.
I've got one of those. I've been using it because Rachel's been eBaying everything I own, so I've been using that.
Something like this is very useful.
What's that, mate?
This is a combination square.
You're a combination square.
It is incredibly useful if you've got a bit of plastic like this and you're trying to mark a line that's a specific distance on it. You can set this to that distance, set the ruler bit on that distance, and this is a perfect right angle, so you can put it up against it and then just draw a line on the end.
Where did you get all of this stuff?
What?
When did you get all of this stuff?
Oh, I got loads of it, mate. You have no idea.
Yeah,
I've got
I'm
a
to get it.
drawer full of measuring tools in the garage. I've got... Right. You're going to be impressed by this.
All right, okay. Ooh.
At that. This is appalling for the people who are just listening.
Well, then describe it. It looks like some sort of medical apparatus. What the heck is that?
That is a height gauge.
So you've been measuring how tall you are, like you're a 5-year-old.
It only goes up to 300 millimeters. It's used on a perfectly flat surface for measuring and scribing different heights. And I picked it up off eBay for an absolute steal, and I was really pleased with myself. It's for...
Just so I know, while we're talking, I've not knackered that, right? Just because I snipped the end of it.
No, not at all.
Okay.
You just need to strip the rest of the wire off.
Right, so hang on. Right, I got lost to it. So we're up to wire strippers. You've told me earlier I needed some flux. I need some wire wrap, heat wrapping.
Heat shrink? Yes. You can get it in boxes. Like pre-cut to size. Like this.
Oh.
So this is a load of different sort of sizes of heat shrink, and you can just get that, like cut it in half or so. Use that. Put it over your wire before you do any soldering. Before.
Right.
And then heat it up with... You're supposed to use a heat gun, but you can usually get away with just like a lighter or something if you're very careful. And that just shrinks it down and protects it and stops any potential shorts from happening. So one thing that I find like wicked useful that I use all the time.
Yeah.
This.
A thing.
It's just a vernier slide caliper.
Beg your pardon?
Vernier slide caliper.
Okay.
It's incredibly useful for, again, measuring stuff.
Well, mate, Jesus, do you do anything other than measure things?
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes for you.
You can only measure so much, mate. I mean, what's that old adage? Measure once, just go for it.
It'll be brilliant.
So, all right. So this is too powerful for this, is what you're saying. So
well, ages ago.
I know. I'm trying to get this in my head. So I need to get a VEC.
BEC, battery eliminator circuit.
Right. And how much does that cost?
A few quid. They sell them on Bristol Bot Builders.
Yes, another plug. Good. Okay, fine.
To be honest, I mean, I'd have a look on the forums and put in your model number of your receiver.
Yeah.
And see if it will, and see if what people say about running it on a 7.4 volts.
Right.
Because I'm no expert on it, but I mean 7.4 volt it's almost 6 volts. You can probably
it's less than a whole volt away.
The receiver that I use in mine, which is an FS2A.
Oh.
That will run fine on a 7.4 volt battery. Right. So I don't need any of that at all. I don't need a BEC in mine.
Okay. Right. So I could just get a different battery.
You could, but then it's going to be less powerful for your motors.
Right.
But also because you're going to be running your power through your receiver anyway, it's still going to knock down the power of your motors a little bit.
Right. Right, again, I hope someone is taking notes, because I've not been taking notes. I've no idea what I need on my top of this now. So, write in. Okay, so that feels like it's put the kibosh on the build for this week, then.
Well, no, because it was working, wasn't it?
It was working, yeah.
Right.
So I should figure out which channel they need to be in.
Yes, but I mean that's for a bit further down the line.
Right.
So have you started building your frame like I asked you to?
Yes, actually.
Ooh, let me have a look.
I was lying. I've not started at all.
Ah, that's awkward.
Yeah. So I've got this though. Hang on. So I'm going to mark up a square that is smaller than the square it needs to be. If you know what I mean. So hang on. If that's 100 mil, I'm looking at my cutting map now as to where. What do these numbers mean, Perry? What do they even mean, Basil?
Remember what I said? You should get one of these.
Shut up. No, I don't remember that. I think they're centimeters. They are centimeters. Right. So it was 100. Wait, no. Was it 100 millimeters?
100 millimeters is
Right.
the maximum. It has to fit inside a 100 millimeter box.
So that's there. That's there and there. And then.
Well, hold on. I'll check it on my caliper. See if it.
Yeah.
Oh no! Hold it back a bit. Back a bit. Too far. There we go. That's about right.
That's about right. Okay, good to know. That. So hang on. Wait, 10 there. Right. So that's the square in which I need to build in. Oh, what's on the back of this thing? What are these for? What are the circles for?
It's just for cutting guides.
No, I mean, who's ever going to use that, really? So I'm thinking just a wedge, right? So my bottom is plastic, this plastic, just a cheeky square, and then the back of it is curved metal, and then it goes into a metal wedge, both made out of a cat food tin. What do you think?
So wedges both ends.
No, like it'd be wedge and then just a curve, like
Roadblock.
a roadblock, yeah. But importantly, I need enough room because that curve, I'm then just going to glue nails coming out the back of it.
So you've got to have enough space
For nails.
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
a notepad?
Yes. Oh my God, I'm just putting these motors into this square. The entire space is taken up. Oh my God. Well,
This is my creation.
how are your motors so much smaller? Mine are like end to end here. It does look good. It does look good, Perry. Okay. I've got a notebook. Right, I've got a notebook. Hang on.
If I were you, I'd buy a squared notepad.
Well, I've got lines. That's halfway to square.
I'll find a squared notepad makes it a lot easier for designing robots, especially amp weights, where you've got to keep it within the correct size parameters.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on. Right, so I've got... Where's the ruler you gave me? Hang on.
So...
That's the sheet. Where's the ruler?
I love how more and more infuriated you're getting.
It's just, I mean, like, why does anyone do this for fun, Perry? Right.
Yeah, have a look at that.
Right.
Can you see? So I was able to draw out the 100 mil square max outline.
Yeah.
And then in that, I sort of traced around the outlines of my motors and motor mounts so that I knew sort of where I needed to be and where I needed to cut the holes. And then I was able to trace that design through onto my polycarbonate. And in fact, no, I didn't use polycarbonate. I used high-density polyethylene.
Right, yeah. I'm glad you made that. I was about to correct you there, Perry. So I'm glad you did that. Right, hang on. I think I've got this.
So which one you got there then? Which one are you using?
What do you mean, which one?
Which material are you making yours out of?
Clear plastic.
It's 1.5 mil polycarb.
I mean, you don't know. You can't tell. You don't know how thick it is from there, surely. Oh, you bugger. All right, maybe it is 1.5 mil. Yeah.
Got exactly the same pack of A5 sheets of 1.5 mil polycarb.
Maybe that's what we did. Right, hang on. Okay, I've got the square going. Perry. There we go. And there we go. This is terrifyingly small. Let's point out that the guys over at Antweight Anarchy actually don't adhere to these rules whatsoever.
Or any of them.
No, they don't care about weight limit or size. They go hell for leather. So we could head over to see Anthony and Stephen and have a crazy old time in Ireland with Antweights.
That'd be pretty fun.
I've made something that looks a bit like a square, but it's a bit wonky. Now, hang on, if I'm going to do this motor idea, just pissing. Can't get the wheels off, Perry. There we go.
I'm enjoying this so much.
I'm glad you are, but I'm pretty sure the listeners won't be. Right, okay. So, exposed wheels or not?
Do you know how big your wheels are?
This big.
I think it's about 32 mil.
Hang on. My pad here has circles on the back of it for measuring, doesn't it? It is. Oh my God, Perry, this is useful. It's 35 mil.
Ooh. I've got some that are slightly smaller. They're like 33 and a half. Ah.
I mean, they look the same, don't they?
Yeah.
Maybe they are the same. And now seeing why people do exposed wheels.
Because it's significantly easier.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do exposed wheel. Oh man. Okay, so I suppose I don't really need much space between these two motors. I can just have them back to back, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they were like,
there's like nothing on them that could potentially short out, which I don't think there is.
Why would you say that? I don't know.
Well, it does look like you've got a couple of contact points on the back, so watch out for that. But it should.
Yeah, I've got these on the back.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't touch each other then.
Yeah, that would be best.
Yeah. That's like, so why does it go? Who made these rules? They're so limiting. It's so limiting, Perry.
The laws of physics.
No, the laws of 100 mil. Who did that?
And 150 grams.
Yeah, who did that? Look it up. Look it up now.
Do you know?
The Muppet Man.
Fortunately, this is actually brilliant because while you're doing that,
yeah, I'm
going to take your components,
yeah,
and weigh them.
Okay. What do you mean? All right. Okay. Well, that's that. That's there. I'm just going to draw around this motor with a speed controller. That's what I'm doing. Taking Perry's advice. There we are. That's one. That's nice. It's lovely. It's got a bit of a boxy thing on the back there. I don't really know how big that is, but there we are. Oh, man. Let me guess, you've got some scales in your bedroom as well, don't you?
Yeah. I actually got like a little tiny set of scales specifically for this, and now I look like a drug dealer.
What's cooler, building robots or dealing drugs? What's less stressful? Probably dealing drugs.
Is that really the takeaway for this episode that you want people to?
Yeah, it is. At this point in my life, it is. Just drawing round bits now. I don't know. But then don't you gotta make sure they're in the middle and they're equidistant and stuff? How do you do that? God. You know what? The last time I built a robot was the Real Robots magazine. Ever do that?
No, I didn't.
No, it was actually made by Rex Garrett, I later found out.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, you know, it was one of those kind of every week you can get a new issue with a new part to build a new robot. And like it took 100+ issues to build anything that good. But it was quite good in the end, you know, but didn't have to do this stuff. It just came pre-packaged.
Do you want to know how much your components that you've got so far weigh?
Please.
55 grams.
That's a third of my weight allowance.
Yeah. So, and everything else is just structural and armor.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's great. You got loads. You even put on some kind of weapon.
Okay, you crazy kid. Hang on. Hang on. With these switches here, could I feasibly have my weapon be if I flicked a switch like that?
Yeah.
Oh man, I like that. Daddy likes that. Just be aware. I like you know that graph you see where it's like confidence to expertise, and it's like colossal when you know nothing, and then you got a massive dip here.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I'm free falling like in Oblivion from Alton Towers, just down. The more I learn, that I'm like, I don't know. No, thank you. Is what I'm feeling. Yeah.
I mean, I blame whoever's teaching you.
I know he's awful. He's awful. So feasibly inside my robot, what I have is these with the wheels, which will be external probably, with battery, and then maybe one of those VECs.
Yeah. I mean, do a bit of research. If you don't need one, don't bother.
Okay. That doesn't sound too much going on in there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's it. That's how simple it is inside.
So then I could put.
The only thing you need to do is, because it's got to have a switch wired into it somewhere.
Switch.
Yeah. So what I'd do is shorten those cables.
Hide on that.
Solder the two black bits together.
Wait, what?
And
Wait, what? Whoa. Hang on. What do you mean? So they've both got plugs on the end, which makes me think that they connect. Do they not connect?
yeah, they do.
Yeah. So like I was thinking these two like pluggy bits here.
Yeah.
Plug in like this, right?
Yes.
What do you mean solder the two black bits together then?
So okay, unplug those.
Unplug these, right? Oh God. Yep. Jesus. Oh Christ. Hang on. Yep, unplug those.
Literally everyone who's built an Antweight has done exactly that.
Okay. Good. I'm glad I'm part of the team now.
Yeah.
Now, so these don't go together then?
No, because they're JST connectors. So they're the same connectors as on your battery, and that are going into your receiver.
Right.
So you want your battery to go into one end of it, and the other end is going to go into your receiver.
Oh, so we're solder these together.
Yeah, and then you wire a switch into the middle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So the switch then is like a little gate that you flick open and you flick close.
Yes.
So right, I'm not going to do it now because I need much shorter cabling than this ridiculousness. So where does this solder onto then for the switch?
So basically, one goes onto the middle you've got 3 little loops there.
Yeah.
So one goes onto the middle, and one goes onto either of the side ones. It doesn't matter which.
What do you mean when you say one? What do you mean?
So you've got your 2 cables.
I do.
Your 2 connectors. So the black ends are the
Yeah.
negative.
The negative.
They're going to go together.
Okay. And they
So
go
you're going to solder those together and heat shrink them.
right. So you've got those 2 together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you should have 2 red wires.
I do.
One of them you'll solder to the middle terminal,
Right.
and the other one you'll solder to one of the outside terminals. Doesn't matter which.
Yeah. Oh God. Sorry, I dropped the switch. Okay. That sounds doable. But I'm guessing you do all that once you've kind of got it all laid out and drilled in, and it's how long you want things to be.
Yes. Yeah, I'd hold off doing that and changing the length of any cables until you know exactly how long you want it to be.
Harry, I'm being tempted to buy another motor so I can have a flipper.
Do it. You should get one of these.
What's one of them?
The KST digital servo.
Oh, I knew you were going to say the KST digital servo.
You can get like pretty much anything, but you can make it a flipper.
That could be fun.
Do you want to find out how much this weighs?
Yes, please.
All right. After my scale powers up.
Okay. Scale powers up. Just get kitchen scales, mate.
20.8 grams.
That sounds quite heavy.
For a servo, I mean, you can get different. Servos as long as it is happy running on 7.4 volts.
Right, I've got my scales, mate. Don't need to power these up. So, hang on. So a bit of plastic weighs... Oh, God, that weighs quite a lot, doesn't it?
Does it? Did you zero it first?
This whole sheet does. Yeah, 0. It weighs like 100 grams on its own.
Wow.
I think. Yeah, it does. That's like the whole thing, then. So,
I don't know. I've got one here that only weighs 60 grams.
And what have I got? Fat plastic. Oh, yeah, this only weighs 60 grams. What's going on with these? Right, now it only weighs 60 grams. What kind of... Hang on.
Witchcraft. Plus, I mean, this is quite big.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, the witches have taken over, so that's always a bit of a problem sign. Right, well, I think, look, Perry, I think we've been educational here. I think we're all in it together when it comes to Wedgley snipes. We all want to see them come to fruition. Someone out there is going to send me a shopping list of what I need, please. I've already snipped this wire down a little bit, so we're halfway there.
I want me to send you a list of things.
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay.
If your list includes a hammer, I got it covered, mate. And also Yoo-hoo glue, covered, mate. Covered. All fun.
Never underestimate the importance of Yoo-hoo glue.
Yoo-hoo? You me? You moo? Oh, come on. Who would? Thank you for teaching me about switches, though. That was scary, and now I'm not scared by it. That's good, isn't it?
What's your plans for your wheels, then? You still going to have them on the outside and just, like, hack rough indents for them?
Yes. Yes.
Are you going to mount them straight to your
Come on, Perry, use your words.
Because one thing you can do with this stuff is, I'm not 100% sure about this, but with the high density polyethylene, you can heat it up and bend it.
Okay, well, you can do that with this stuff.
I think so.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm pretty sure you do a polycarbonate. So if you sort of bent it at kind of 90 degrees like that,
Mm-hmm.
you could then mount your motors and wheels to the back so that they'd be protruding out the back, but also out the bottom and out the top. Make sense?
That'd be sexy, wouldn't it? I like that.
I mean, you might be a bit vulnerable to people coming in with spinners.
Oh, sure. No one has a spinner at Amway level, right? No one has Amway spinners, do they? Barry?
I've got a bit of one. I put one together.
Cool. That doesn't say. Okay. Well, okay. Good. Right. Cool. I'm sure it's fine. Huh. All right. Well, I mean, I've learned lots. Have you learned plenty?
For Wedgley Snipes, then.
Wedgley Snipes is going to be great. He's going to be a flipper now, and he's going to have nails in the bum. So, bum nails. So watch out for Wedgley Snipes, please, out there. He's coming.
Thumbnails, but bum ear.
Say again.
Like thumbnails, bum ear. Thumbnails.
Thumbnails. Yeah, thumbnails. Well, I mean, I don't want to call it the bum nailer because that sounds like it's a different type of.
No.
Oh.
Like Wesley Snipes. Didn't he go to prison for tax evasion or something?
He did, and that's what I'm hoping my little robot will grow up to do. He won't be good in the arena, but he'll be avoiding tax like an absolute champion.
You get beat by Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was in. Was it Wesley? Demolition Man, right?
Yeah, great film.
No, I mean, oh, what a film! What a film, Perry. All right. Well, I'm in bits over here, and I'm going to try and mop this up before Rachel kills me because we're trying to sell the flat, and it's currently covered in robot bits, so that's not really useful. It's not. Perry, here's a question: do you think it's a good idea to try and sell a flat in the middle of a pandemic?
Yes.
Do you think it's a good idea to try and sell a flat in Westminster when there's riots going on a weekly basis?
Yes.
Do you think it's a good idea to sell a flat when you're looking into, and I quote, the recession to end all recessions?
But not now and when.
Exactly right. So that's what we're doing. Good stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gents.
Do you have any other questions? Anything that you don't understand?
Perry, I'm nothing but questions. I don't understand a damn thing of what just happened in the last hour. Okay, and you've gone pixelated again. You know, you were here for half an hour. You've buggered off again. So you know what? I'm going to say it now. We've all gone a bit DIY here on Roboteers. Stand by. We'll see you all next year, maybe next month. I don't know. Who knows? In fact, we need to come back next week because it's our 1 year anniversary next week, Perry.
Is it?
It is.
Are you Wesley Snipes done by next week?
Mate, he won't have gone any further than this pile of bits. I promise you.
That'll be plenty. You should try and get it done. That'd be like a sense of achievement for.
I'm still working a full-time job.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
Don't you come on. You get me a shopping list. Wave goodbye to everybody. Bye.
Bye.